what to expect. I discovered something that was quite interesting, so I wanted to share with you guys. You have the New York Attorney General all of a sudden coming out and saying she just declares Ethereum a security. Screw the SEC, screw the CFTC, screw any judges. I alone will determine what is a security and what is not a security, and I declare Ethereum a security. I mean, she had a case. She was building Luna and UST as securities, right? And KuCoin themselves having an earn program, which she considers security. Okay, she could have just left it at that and attacked KuCoin, but no, she decided to attack Ethereum at the same time, right? And you know Gary Gensler is smiling because she basically took the battle away from him. This is one battle that Gary did not want to tackle, or he would have declared Ethereum a security already. But no, because SEC is busy tackling Ripple and others, right? So he did not want any part of this, but maybe he got in her ear too and told her, hey, do me a solid and go attack Ethereum as well. What's leading the way with just dApps in general? I saw this article. According to Dapper Radar, basically games make up half of the blockchain activity. That means as abundant, DeFi, as abundant as it seems, it's only taking half. The other half taken up by gamers, right? Games and gamers, and there's just a lot of stuff. Even though the games in the Web 3.0 space is still scarce, not that many enjoyable games according to hardcore gamers, but there are still a lot of games out there. And of course, one of the leading companies in the space for games obviously has to be Gala. So there's a lot of stuff happening with Gala. Gala is still way off from their highs, but recently they have a little recovery. And then I decided to look at their presentation, like their slide deck of what's coming in 2023. And there's a few interesting things that I found about Gala. Number one, they have committed $300 million to game projects. 50% has been deployed, which means there's still $150 million left to go, right? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And if you scroll down a little bit more, you'll see that their most popular game, Townstar, it's being upgraded. Townstar kind of led the way for Gala, but they have a ton of other games. But still, they're not giving up on Townstar. There's a lot of new things coming up in Q2, which will bring social functions, NFT level ups, microtransactions, and more, right? So they are continuously expanding what they have already, right? And then they have their other games, Spider Tanks, which is now exploding as well, right? And then they're getting into music. They already have 32 artists, and they plan on bringing on more, right? I mean, so they're not just involved with games, but just entire Web 3.0 space with music. And not only that, was also film too. They want to get into film, and there's 6 months left until a full platform launch and 10 titles set to come out with Gala Film in 2023. So they are definitely ambitious. They definitely have a lot of things going on, but they're mainly games, but now they want to concentrate on films, also music. They just want to be all over the place. And it does seem like they still have the bank and the resources to make all of these things happen, right? Plus, not only that, they are also getting involved with gaming, right? Mobile games. There's 15 mobile games that are coming up with 20 million existing players, and that's because they purchased a game maker, and pretty soon some of these games will be available, and they will be riding on top of Gala's blockchain, right? So not only are they getting into gaming, but really heavy push into mobile gaming, which many people feel will truly bring adoption to Web 3.0 games, right? But besides those things, films, and music. So Gala definitely has a lot of stuff coming up. Now, besides Gala, the one other guy I want to mention is Polygon. And, I talk about Polygon a lot, mostly because ZK EVM, they will be able to scale basically smart contracts. They have a lot of NFTs and brands partner up already, but a lot of people don't associate Polygon with gaming, but they are into gaming. In fact, the Gamers Developer Conference states that Gala and Matic are both top partners, right? And that's because Polygon also has a lot of dApp makers, including one that's called GameShift. GameSwift. And if you look at it, they already have a ton of games. Kind of look like Gala's platform, but they are a gaming platform. And this is on top of Polygon right now, right? And there's many others that's on top of Polygon too. So there's a lot of games. My point is there's a lot of games. I do feel like Gala's platform is definitely leading the way, but you can't ignore all these other ones that exist on other chains, such as Polygon, which has a ton of potential too. So interesting. And also, speaking of games, but not only games, what about metaverses, right? Decentraland is going to have their Fashion Week 2.0. We haven't heard a lot about Decentraland, but they had Fashion Week 1 last year, but this year they're going to have a lot of brands showcasing their stuff inside Decentraland once again. Adidas, and then you have others like Tommy Hilfiger, and I'm sure there's many others that will be showcasing their stuff inside the metaverse, right? So things are starting to pick up once again. I saw this Dapper Labs, right? They said they can't allow ACH withdrawals anymore, or cash withdrawals anymore, because Circle has ended their relationship with Silvergate, right? So now we're starting to see some crypto projects get affected because they can't allow cash withdrawals, right? And then the other bank, Signature Bank, does not allow withdrawals under 100,000, right? So now we're starting to feel a little pressure on the exchanges. So hopefully we get this resolved, but I don't know what's going to happen near term. For Sheep fans, hey, Sheep has pre-announced this quite enough. Finally, they're saying Shibarium will be launching this week, although they're still teasing it and there's still no official date. But by the end of this week, Shibarium should be out. I'm assuming probably Sunday. Okay. Saturday is Sunday, but probably Sunday. So we will see what happens afterwards. It has been teased and pre-announced forever, and it finally may be coming. Some Audius news. They have opened up NFT gating for exclusive artist access. So we haven't heard this as much. NFTs, usually people think of it as pictures and stuff like that, but really you could add a whole lot of utility. You could use it for contracts, right? You could use it for exclusive things like airdrops or other exclusive NFTs, or even exclusive access to artists, right? So, or music or videos, whatever it may be. So they are working with Spotify with this. So no, they're not working with Spotify. I misread that. Spotify has come out with this. They are going after Spotify and competing with them. So good for Audius.